Here is a rather different story about two Salford men who were to die from gunshot wounds, sadly fired by their comrades. Private Albert Ingham was the son of George and Eliza Ingham of Atherton Cottage in Lower Kersal. Together with his best friend, Private Alfred Longshaw, they worked as clerks at the Salford Goods Yard of the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Company. They were known to be inseparable and even volunteered together, serving in the 11th Platoon of C Company and the 18th Battalion of the Manchester Regiment. Both men saw active service on the Somme, and they were due to be transferred to their brigade's machine gun unit for service in the trenches. But rather than face another terrifying day of death and destruction on the front line of battle, the pair decided to take a chance and attempted to escape. They would get as far as the port of Dieppe, both wearing civilian clothing and attempting to board a ship to take them home to England. The men were noticed absent after roll call on the evening of the 5th of October 1916. They faced a military court-martial after their arrest. At their trial, witnesses were called, including Sergeant Emner of the Intelligence Corps at Dieppe Base. He told the court at about 9:30 a.m. on the 1st of November 1916, I was on duty visiting shipping at the port, and I visited the Swedish vessel Belleville. I there saw the accused, and knowing that he was not one of the original crew, I asked him as to his identity. He said, I am an American. I left America about 11 months ago. He refused to answer any other questions. Not being satisfied, I took him to the intelligence office and further questioned him. He said, my name is Sam Bostock. I am an American citizen, and I refuse to give you any particulars about myself. About 3:15 p.m. the same day, I again saw the accused. I said to him, I want to question you again, Ingham. He said, all right, I'll tell you all about it. My name is Ingham, and I belong to the Manchester Pals Battalion, being attached to the Machine Gun Corps. Having lost most of my comrades, I needed to clear out with Longshaw. When at Bois, about 10:30 p.m. on the 5th or 6th of October, we left our billets and struck for the coast. We hid by day and travelled by night. We purchased the clothes and being at a village and arrived at Dieppe about a week ago. Since then, we have been working on the ships. No one on board knew who we were. Further on, we found some old coats and caps on the ship, which we wore, throwing our uniform into the dock. I left with my chum, firstly to see those at home, and then to try and get into the Navy along with his brother who is serving there. I was worrying at the time through the loss of my chums, although about my mother at home being upset through learning bad news of two of my comrades. I plead for leniency on account of my service in France of 12 months and previous good conduct. I beg for a chance to make amends. The court decided the pair guilty of desertion, and at 7:12 a.m. on the 1st of December 1916 were shot at dawn. Following their executions, they were buried side by side in Balliolmont Communal Cemetery. In a final twist to this story, Alfred Ingham's father was told that his son had been killed by gunshot wounds, and his name was added to the Charlestown Roll of Honour. However, Alfred's comrades told him the truth about his son's death. He petitioned the War Office and eventually had the words, "Shot at dawn, one of the first to enlist, a worthy son of his father," inscribed onto his son's headstone. In August 2006, they were finally pardoned by an announcement, along with 304 other shot soldiers. Private Albert Ingham was just 24 years old, and Private Alfred Longshaw was aged just 21. If you like listening to the stories of the history of those who came before, then please give the video a like and subscribe to keep updated about future videos of the history of those who came before.